viewers, from the horse's mouth, they have actually shared some of their experiences, and trust me, nobody is saying anything good about investment companies. Now, we've talked about Money Man, we've talked about CCM, we've talked about Elite Tex Global, we've talked about ANC. Now we are going to TBY. We are so opportune to have with us today one of the people who knows a lot about TBY. Now I'm talking about you, Mr. Babila George. You were actually one of the persons who, you had knowledge about what TBY was all about. So can you please share with us just share with us the experience.
Not like I never invested in TBY.
Okay.
One of my son took me to TBY. When he saw the investment platform, it was very juicy. As somebody, I'm a trained business executive, so we don't invest based on emotion. So when I went there, the guy was doing presentation. I saw the way he was struggling to do presentation. I could not see the data because my investment decisions are driven by data. I need to look at it. I need to look at the figures. I need to look at the process to understand if actually it's something that I can take a decision to invest on. So that my son told me that he wants to invest. I think he put $1 million francs or so in that investment. I told him, I went to the guy's office after I was there like for 2 hours. He was doing presentation. We were sitting there. And my son was like, do you know the person you're keeping here? I said, no, just wait. I want to talk with these guys later. So after doing the presentation, he took us to his office. I was there. When I got there, I asked him, is your company registered? I asked him, who is your lawyer? So I just told him that this company is setting to scratch. 2 weeks after, the company crashed.
And I hear the brain behind TBY is actually a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
How true is that?
Yeah, it's true, because I think when this stuff happened, when the company actually crashed and some names came up that some people were behind also collecting money from these young guys. And since this young man happened to come from my village, okay. So I took it as a responsibility to follow those people, who were taking money behind, and some of them were locked up and they recover hundreds of millions from them. And I don't know how I end up. Only the family of these guys know what happened, because I don't know, but I facilitated that. And these guys were brought to book.
Would you say, Mr. Lyonga, I'm coming to you, would you say it is greed or gullibility? Why would people want to invest with a 16-year-old? I mean, 16-year-old is a minor. Yes. Why would people want to invest their millions with a 16-year-old?
I met the young man. He walked into my office once and said that my digital company should handle the branding of their company. And I was amazed. I was like, this guy was young and the guy pitches big.
Big, man.
And I was like, Jesus. I told him, I said, no matter whatever you know, I want to learn. Because for your age, you are going to sweep a lot of people down. And he bought a deal, I bought a deal huge. Like it was really big. What I told them to pay, they couldn't pay, so they went to reload. And later on, I heard they had crashed and everything. But I would say it's just gullibility. I think they did a perfect Ponzi scheme into the Buea people. Not only Buea, I think they ran up to Douala, Limbe, Yaoundé. And I'm telling you, these guys took fathers.
Close to 6 billion
yes.
within 4 months or so.
Within 4 months.
16-year-old.
16-year-old CEO.
6 billion francs CFA within 4 months. Wow, wow, wow. Just so wow. That's Cameroon for you. Everybody is acting smart. Well, nobody wants to be left out. Even a 16-year-old is scamming his fathers and mothers, scamming his big brothers. Let's take this reaction here, televiewers. The most annoying part is that when these platforms fail, the state authorities don't follow it up for refund. People, for example, TBY came and fell with people's money, and today people are still crying. From Harry Douala. Okay, Harry, thank you there for your reaction. Let's take this other one. Good evening, ma. Just got in and to tune the TV, watching your program. All right, thank you very much for following us up. If you're just joining us, we're talking investment in the 21st century, and of course, the program on air is the future. Today, we're talking Ponzi schemes, and we have talked about Money Man. We've talked about a host of others like ANC. We've talked about TCM, and of course, we talked about other investment platforms which are gradually failing or which are somehow failing, like Tex Global and the rest. Let's take this other reaction. I think this particular person, you will not really tell us who you are, but you keep sending us messages. Buea and bunch of scammers. What about the house that was collected from TVY? I don't know about that. Probably Mr. Lyonga should tell us something about a house that was collected from TBY. So our audience who is asking out there should know.
Okay, I can't give you the figures of TBY because I don't know. And I just met the young man once, and he amazed me with his knowledge of how he could put together Cameroonians and run them that way.
So if you were not careful, it seems you would have been part of this.
I wouldn't have invested because I have my own systems that I drop before I put a money anywhere. But I think it was gullible for any other person because the guys had a good system planned and everything was sweet and juicy for the average Cameroonian who wants money fast. But I don't know anything about the house. I don't know anything. But I just think that the state of Cameroon took a lot, that TBY case dragged a lot on the media, and now I don't know how it happened and how it ended, but
everything just died down. Okay, right now we're going to you, Mr. Babila. Please, we cannot talk about all these things without being educated about, you know, what investments are all about and how to detect or how to identify an investment program which is not